Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. We are going to make a video on this Instafire fire starter I bought. Military grade. It's good for campfires, fireplaces, cooking, and emergency. No harmful chemicals, eco-friendly, and smokeless. Lights wet wood, burns at nearly 1,000 degrees. Burns on snow, even floats, and burns on water. Burns in winds up to 30 miles per hour. Interesting. I don't know, since it's little pieces, it'd be interesting to see if it actually stays in a pile at 30 miles an hour. Waterproof pouch, no harmful chemicals, safe to store near food. Instafire ash is a natural fertilizer. 5-year shelf life for this. And a long burn time of 5 to 7 minutes for 1/8 of a cup. So let's go ahead and give this a try. And I got my trusty fire steel, and we are going to, this is an Eric X fire steel, 1/2 inch by 6 inches, and my Bayite striker, and we're going to see if we can get this stuff to fire up with a ferro rod. Alright, let's move on over to the fire pit. Alright, let's go ahead. It says lights up to 4 fires. So you only need 1/4 of a bag, it sounds like. So let's go ahead and open this bag up. We're going to go ahead and put us a little pile of wood in there, so we can dump it on that wood right there. Alright, that's probably 1/4 of the bag. So we'll go ahead and see if a ferro rod will start that on fire. I'm real curious. I've never used this stuff before, but this is my review, and we'll see if you need a match or a lighter. We'll see. Check this out. There we go. Nope. It fires up with a ferro rod. So it actually works. So far, so good. If you can get it to fire up with a ferro rod, it's doing pretty darn good. It's got a nice little flame going on there. Watch it dancing around. It is a nice windy day today. We probably got 15-20 mile an hour winds right now. Of course, it's in the fire pit, so it's being blocked a little bit from the wind. Well, doesn't put off a lot of smoke. It's 10:15 right now. Let's see how long this little pile burns. That is my test of a lot of fire starters, is if you can get them to start with a spark from a ferro rod. Well, it's definitely a usable product. and should get you a good fire going on. I got little pieces of kindling here, but I don't want to get those fire going because I want to see how long this burns. Supposed to burn for 5 to 7 minutes. Let's see. I'm at 3 minutes now. I'm not going to touch the stack. I'm just going to let it burn like that, because it looks like around the outside there's a lot of unburned stuff. Oh, there it went. It went out. And the wind blew it out. I had a little over 3 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and dig through that pile and see if there's a bunch of unburnt underneath. Oh, yep, look at that. It only burnt the top little bit. So if you're using it to start a fire, it should give you enough flame long enough to start a fire. And if you shove a little stick in there when you're trying to get your wood to burn and stir it up a little bit, it'll burn even longer. I'd say that's probably maybe a little over a quarter of the bag. Let's go ahead and spark it again and see if it'll fire back up. Yep, there we go. So you're definitely going to get your 5 minutes to 7 minutes out of it as long as you stir the pile of it. So let's go ahead and set some wood on there that I've had laying out here for a while. It's been in the weather. It rained last night, so the wood's a little damp. And these aren't the tiniest of pieces, so let's see what we can accomplish with this. Yeah, this wood has actually got a little bit of moisture in it, but it rained last night on top of it. This has been laying here all night, for several days. But that's putting out enough heat to, once you build your little stack over the top of it, if you build your stack right, it actually holds the heat underneath of it, so it forces the wood to pretty much catch on fire. The way I laid it right there with one stick on the end and then propped the little other pieces across it, so it wasn't actually touching the pile of the burning material, but it was over the top of it where the wood was in the flame. You can see right there the water's bubbling out of it. Some of them are a lot wetter than others, but there we go. I can still see lots of flame shooting up off that product underneath. The Instafire fire starter. So definitely a good product. It's actually really lightweight. This whole bag is 1.58 ounces, 45 grams. So you can carry that in your backpack or in your glove box or whatever. Right along with your ferro rod. Let's go ahead and break up that pile and see what we got underneath there. Yeah, look at that. There's still a bunch of fire starter underneath there. Let's get the wood off. And the fire starter is still burning. Look at that. So I'm saying you're definitely going to get, I'd say that's probably a third of that bag, and it says it'll do up to 4 fires. So I put a little more than it said, but you should definitely get the 5 to 7 minutes out of it that it says, and it's definitely puts off plenty of heat. So if you put little tiny twigs across it or cut up some branches, or if you got some wood, some kindling, little tiny pieces, kind of layer, stack it across there, and it'll build up the heat underneath of it, and it'll just kind of burst into flame. I didn't think that stuff would be burning that long, but it still is. And if you have a wet wood across it and you can't, it's taking longer to get it to burn, if you reach underneath the pile and stir your product around, you'll keep the flame going pretty good. When it starts burning really low, or like earlier when it burnt out, if you keep stirring it, it'll keep the flame on the wood, and that way it'll help dry it out and get it to fire up. Definitely an interesting product. And it's environmentally safe. This product, once it's burnt, actually turns into a fertilizer. Alright, y'all, hope you enjoyed. It's definitely worth carrying along with you. The Instafire fire starter. I got this at Walmart. This whole bag was $1 at Walmart. Picked it up yesterday, and I'm like, I'm going to try that stuff out. Actually works quite well. Alright, y'all, thanks for watching. Bye.